Hello, my friends. This is Monday's Minutes, and I'm Tom Doherty. Well, we're continuing our conversation about the mission that Christ has us on and how the mission measures that we spoke of at annual conference can help us to focus or refocus on that mission and to achieve that mission. Remember, the mission comes from Matthew 28, 19 and 20. Jesus says, "Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to obey all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you to the very ends of the age." So, today we're going to talk about leadership development. If a church doesn't have a process or a healthy kind of just natural process to develop leaders, you are going to find yourself at some point without the leadership you need, without the help you need. And so part of the mission measures is to set up a system, because most of our churches aren't just naturally doing this, to develop leaders. Part of that is pastors and leaders have to look to see leadership skills in the people in their churches. They have to call that out and say, I think God's calling you to help in leadership or in this ministry. And as we do that, we begin to answer the question that's found in Romans 10 that asks, if nobody goes, if nobody's called to go, if nobody goes to tell the people, how are they going to know? And that's what our churches quite often find themselves in. There's this process I called aging out. A few years ago we talked about, which just means that our churches are getting smaller and they're getting older because no new people are coming in. Young people aren't staying. We're getting older and we're going to nursing homes. We're going to heaven. We're going someplace else to live with our kids. And so if we're not developing leadership, calling people, walking along, and we talked about discipleship a few weeks ago, we can disciple leadership. We should be discipling leadership. It should be a natural thing, like a parent and child. And so we need to connect with our folks in our churches and make it a priority to develop young people, to call them into ministry, to develop middle-aged people and call them into ministry, to develop older people and call them into ministry. I think about in the secular world, a lot of people are retiring fairly early so that they can go do the job or charity work or ministry that calls to them. And sometimes in our churches, people are saying, well, I did that for 30 years. I'm retired now. I don't need to do it anymore. We are here for a reason. And as long as we can do it physically and emotionally and mentally, we should do it. And that's a part of how God fills us up. So encouraging you to set up a process in your church, encouraging you as an individual to step towards leadership. The discipleship process we talked about a few weeks ago is very similar to this. If we are all discipled, mentored, discipled in leadership or in life, and we're discipling somebody else, in our process of discipling somebody else, we will have our leadership skills developed. Well, this is Monday's Minutes. I'm Tom Doherty. It's brought to you by Every Church Grows. Go out and encourage somebody towards leadership and be a leader yourself. Bye-bye.